reaction to the words weird sisters? I know what you're thinking. I thought they were witches, which is true. But I find the way things are phrased can get a tad confusing and sometimes bemusing. So our aim is to enrich your understanding of the play by unstitching the language and metaphors they portray. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll unwrap 2 scenes and unpack what's in it. We'll start at the beginning of Shakespeare's Macbeth. So, take a deep breath and we will direct you first through Act 1, Scene 1, the opening of the play, where we meet 3 witches, or, as they prefer to say, weird sisters. But before we get too carried away, you should know that their spells often take centre stage. Their words can be mad and unnatural and strange, but the gist is what matters. So let's take it away.
When shall we 3 meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly is done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
I come! Grey Malkin.
Paddock calls.
Anon!
Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
Hold up! Before you zoom off to set the story on its tracks, could you quickly backtrack into those words and their facts? Will you 3 change the path for Macbeth? I can sense your words will leave him bereft, as they seem so unusual and far-fetched. But first, a moment before I forget. What is the paddock? Why does it call? Hurly-burly sounds great fun, but does it mean Macbeth will be undone?
The path for Macbeth has already been made. It is our job to ensure that fate's trail is paved.
The hurly-burly that you speak is a commotion, a battle, that sorts of strong from weak.
You may sometimes see someone like me holding a toad occasionally. Mine is called Paddock, if you recall. Now we really must leave, if that will be all.
From what I can tell from that brief exchange, it's clear the weird sisters don't like to be waylaid. What was it they said about fate? Should we not blame their actions which cause some to hate? They never did answer my question about Macbeth. Perhaps we should just sit back and watch the rest. Oh, I've an idea that might help us this time. I'll come to the scream and pause with a chime to help us unpack moments as they happen in real time. Thunder and lightning. I'd better get gone. A hurly-burly like this? The weird sisters won't be long.
Where hast thou been? Sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
The sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I. Around thee, witch, the rump-fed Iranian cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger. But in a sieve I'll thither sail, And like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind.
Thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself have all the other.
Here we have a witch's hex, which in this context gets a little complex, but separate to the tale of Macbeth. This witch didn't like the disrespect when in brief. He started a fight with a sailor's wife, dragging her husband to his mortal plight, and the other witches helping to conjure a plague upon the sea. But this is not really integral to the story. So relax and enjoy the incantation before thee. Soon they meet Macbeth in all his glory.
And the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know. Ye, the shipman scarred, I'll drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live, a man forbid. Weary nights 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, weak and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb, wrecked as homeward he did come.
A drum! A drum! Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters hand in hand, monsters of the sea and land, lost to go about. Thrice decline and thrice goodbye, and thrice again to make a night. These the towns will love.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is school to Forest? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth and yet are on it. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me. By each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glums.
All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of CAUL-dron.
All hail, Macbeth. Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner, you greet with
present grace, and great prediction of noble having, and of royal hope, that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can, look into the seeds of time and say, which grain will grow and which will not. Speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favours nor your hate.
Hail,
Hail.
Hail.
lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Sinel's death I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seemed corporal has vanished as breath upon the wind. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane route that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too. Went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words.
Banquo? Macbeth? Could you just come back for a... sorry. I might just need to get them on a Zoom call. I think they've gone. Hi, everyone.
Aye.
Aye.
Hey.
Aye. Oh, sorry, did we leave too early?
I thought we were just doing the witchy bits in this video.
Yeah, no, you are correct, but we've only done half of the work. We need to help people really understand Shakespeare's Macbeth. We've only shown them 2 scenes. There's loads more work to do. 1 sec. Firstly, let's talk about how you all speak. I mean, I've been getting really into this whole rhyming thing, but it's pretty hard work.
Wait, what rhyming thing?
When you speak like everything's a poem.
Oh, you mean the verse? Well, as you know, William Shakespeare wrote us.
Mm-hmm.
He writes in verse, which is structured, and sometimes, but not always, rhymes. He writes in prose too.
Prose?
Like how we're speaking now. There's no set form.
Right, so just speaking naturally.
Actually, iambic pentameter is a rhythm that's most natural to speech. We've been using it most of the time, haven't you noticed? Stands not within the prospect of belief. Huh?
No way is how you've been speaking in those scenes natural.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
Yeah, okay, it's definitely catchy.
It's more than catchy, it's like a heartbeat. It's in the body. Dee-dum, 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 dee-dum. So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen. Dee-dum, 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 dee-dum.
That's
Okay,
it.
cool. Okay. Speaking like they did in the olden days.
Wait, olden days?
Yeah, sorry, no one speaks like that anymore.
It's easier than you think. Try it.
Okay. I'm going to the shops to buy some bread.
Exactly.
Not hugely interesting, but yeah.
The English summer is not always warm.
Again, not great. Albeit true, yeah. But yeah, kind of. Well, it's kind of complicated, to be honest. But that rhythm, dee-dum, 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 is called iambic pentameter.
Sorry, wait, what?
Yeah, iambic pentameter. Okay, the dee-dum is an iamb, and that means an unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable. Yeah. If we're being technical, an iamb is a metric foot. That's a way of measuring a rhythm.
So, an iamb, the dee-dum, is 1 foot. Right, and pentameter?
Penta meaning 5, like a pentagon has 5 sides, and meter meaning measure.
Okay.
So here we are measuring the metric foot, and here it is an iamb. So 5 dee-dums, 5 iambs.
Dee-dum, 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 iambic pentameter. 5 lots of iambs, 5 lots of dee-dum.
Yeah.
But why do we need to know all this?
You don't really, not if you're watching it, but if you're reading it or studying it or performing it, it's so helpful. Okay, if it were a song, the verse would be the musical score. And if it was a dance, it would be the choreography. So basically the rhythm helps you to understand how fast or slow things go, important things when things change, and it also shows similarities and differences between the other characters. So sometimes we actually finish each other's sentences using it, which is pretty cool, if you ask me.
Yeah, that is quite good.
It's also really helpful if it comes to learning lines. Like knowing the tune of a song can help you remember the words. Works like a charm.
Oh.
Finally, you've remembered us.
Did you hear? He used chant as a positive reference.
No, can you just... Sorry, could you all just stay away with your characters just for a moment while I try to understand this iambic pentameter thing? I'm hoping it'll help me understand you.
We actually speak in a different way to MACBETH and BANQUO.
We speak in a different way to most of the characters in this play. We are quite unusual.
If you want to understand in terms of our rhythm, we usually speak in TROCHAIC tetrameter.
Wait, no. Okay. What's that?
Well, a trochee is the opposite of an iamb. Instead of the dum, it's dumda.
Dumda. Like stressed, unstressed. Like, captain.
Exactly. Or tiger, double, burning.
So what does the tetrameter bit mean?
Tetra means 4, so 4 metric feet for trochees. Dunda, 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 dunda. Double, double, toil and trouble.
Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. Okay.
Wait, how did you know we say that later?
You act as though you don't know what's happening, yet you can finish lines we've not even spoken yet.
We don't even come back into the play until Act 4. That's a long way away.
Yeah, but I mean, this play is just so famous. You just know.
I don't trust her.
Me neither. She's pulling us too much out of the play.
I agree. Let's get everyone back into their characters and speak only of our world.
Where have they gone?
Oh, who cares? I'm sorry, but we do not need any more of their nonsense. They are completely nuts. Do you know what they said earlier? That Macbeth is going to be king. And then when I asked them about my future, they said that my kids will be kings, but not me. How does that work? Oh, and they also said that I'm lesser and greater than Macbeth. I just watched them tie themselves up in knots and very imaginative lies. And then they disappeared. Just like that. I do know that people believe in witches and ghosts and all sorts. And yeah, I hadn't thought much about it until now, but I don't buy it. Real witches. No. No. No way. No. Anyway, I'm starving, so I'm going to grab some food. Macbeth, are you going to come? Suit yourself then. See ya.
Do you believe in witches?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
So, what are you going to do with what the weird sisters told you?
I don't know. They knew I was Thane of Glams, which gives them a lot of credibility. But I'm not going to go and do something rash just because some weird sisters told me I'm going to be king. Which, by the way, isn't even possible.
But why not?
The divine right of kings says that God chooses the king and that the king is only answerable to God. So you can't just become king.
Ooh, sounds official.
Less.
They said you'd be Thane of Cawdor too. What's a Thane? Macbeth? Macbeth?
Yep. Sorry, what?
They said you'd be Thane of Cawdor too. What is a Thane?
A Thane? A Thane is a landowner. I'm already Thane of Glams, so I don't know how I'd become Thane of Cawdor. It's not worth thinking about, let alone becoming king. Well, there's nothing I can do about it anyway. If, hypothetically, someone showed up right now to tell me that the king is really pleased with me and that as a random present he's decided to make me Thane of Cawdor, then I suppose I'd have to reevaluate. Thane of Cawdor. I'm Thane of Cawdor. I suppose this changes things a bit. But if King Duncan made me Thane of Cawdor, what am I supposed to do? Ask him to make me king because 3 sisters told me I should be king? Hang on. How are Banquo's children going to be king if I'm going to be king? That doesn't add up. You know what? I'm going to write my wife, Lady Macbeth, a letter. She always knows what to do. I'm sure that if I ask her, nothing can possibly go wrong.
All the characters are gone, so I guess it's time for me to speak to you now and again in rhyme. No, I don't know about you, but I'm a little creeped out. I feel like the weird sisters are watching. I might go somewhere safe where they're not about, and I'll outline the plot that's coming. From this point on, the plot gets gory as we follow Macbeth along his story. Once Lady Macbeth discovers the prophecy, they lose no time to bring down the monarchy. First, Lady Anne hatches a plan to kill King Duncan in his chamber. Macbeth is crowned the king hereafter as no one yet knows his danger. His mind is run with trails of blood. He seeks to secure his future. And next in line of villainy, his best friend Banquo, a no-brainer. But the guilt of murder lingers on in the form of Banquo's ghost, when at a dinner party he appears to torment our play's host. So with these all dead, Macbeth does feel no one can break him down, till Lady M commits suicide and he starts to lose his crown. His murderous rampage of treachery overtakes his solemn mind. The sons of Duncan forming an army and arriving just in time. A battle commences hitherforth to strip the king Macbeth, and a final blow sees Macduff strike true. The king, Macbeth, is dead. I knew you were still here. Tell me, are you three responsible for all of this?
We did not curse Macbeth, only delivered the information.
It was Macbeth who brought his own damnation.
But there must be a way you can make things better. You three are so powerful.
Moiras, Parkas or witches, doesn't matter the name. Fate, you won't escape. Before birth and even after death, we knit your delicate thread. And one day the time will arrive when your thin thread will be cut. Not your decision to make, but ours. We are the one clocking the hours. Before you were conceived, we had our plan. So do not worry and let it be done.
Wait. Before you leave, I've got one thing I have to say. You may have heard the phrase that Macbeth is a cursed play. I'll talk briefly on its history and maybe you can understand a little more about the mystery. 1606 or thereabouts was when the play was first performed. To please King James, who newly reigned, the Scottish play was born. This king, obsessed with witchcraft and fearing for his life, led Scotland into witch trials, ending thousands of lives. But why did such fear appear and never seem to change? Well, it is rumoured that, in its earliest days, a witch's coven hates how Shakespeare interlaced their real incantations and spells throughout the play. The retaliation quickly came in the form of a curse upon the text, its first performance and its future riddled with real deaths. Young Will himself had to swiftly step in to play the first Lady Macbeth, as before the play could even start, the actor set to play the part had a sudden pang of his heart, and without cause he hit the floor never to breathe again. A near death for Laurence Olivier, along with many more, when a stage weight dropped of its own accord, crashing down onto the boards where he was stood just seconds before to deliver his line, "Macbeth shall sleep no more." But if you find yourself in a theatre setting and utter his hexed name, somehow forgetting, there is a hope you may survive. Exit the theatre, spin around 3 times, spit and curse, then knock and wait outside. This truly may just save your life.